Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Oh, happy day, fam.
Hey, guys. So, Asteroid 2020, TE5 flew past Earth at 0.15 a lunar distance. And of course, we pay attention when it's a lunar distance as opposed to talking astronomical units where you're talking millions of miles. So this is a true close call, and thankfully this one relatively small, somewhere between about 14 and 30 feet. So if it did come into our atmosphere, chances are it wouldn't have done any major destruction yet. This is the 75th known asteroid to come within one lunar distance of this year. And, last year was busy too. So, it's busy out there.
It is high traffic.
High traffic area.
Yes.
Yes, we are definitely in a high traffic area. And, this is something that's a major concern for many, many people. The growing realization that there is so much stuff up there as far as satellites and discarded rocket boosters and things that they will become an issue.
Mm-hmm, they sure will.
If not already. And we see a dead Soviet satellite and a discarded Chinese rocket body could collide in space Thursday night, exploding into thousands of bits of dangerous debris.
We gotta why do we have to put garbage all over everything?
And there's been this air leak on the International Space Station, which gets me thinking about the Hopi prophecy of like one of the very last signs before the war breaks out, according to Hopi prophecy, is a dwelling place in the heavens will come down.
Yes, that's true.
So, anytime I see this type of stuff, I studied too much prophecy as a kid, and it's just stayed with me, like Nostradamus quatrains, all the Hopi prophecies, the biblical prophecies, it's in there.
Yeah, the balance is key, dear.
Yes. So they're saying anywhere from between 10 and 20% chance of collision, which is very significant. And when you have, Elon Musk putting up tens of thousands of satellites up there, and of course, we've talked about the Starlink and how it's all changing the night sky. And boy, there's traffic up there. I mean, there's so much stuff you can see. Like last night was a little bit of a long night for us. We didn't really sleep so well. And, just taking a look at the night sky, where we are, because there's no light pollution. It's just amazing to see that Milky Way up there, just so beautiful and brilliant. And really, you just have to give it a few minutes and you'll see something high altitude moving that may be a satellite or maybe it's not, but definitely not a plane.
Yeah, I don't think they're satellites because they're just, you look at this bright star for a moment and then it just sort of moves really fast and stops again.
Yeah, satellites aren't going to do that. So, but there are a lot of satellites up there and it's growing. It's growing leaps and bounds. And it seems like they started to shoot things up into the, into orbit up there around 2017. 2017, everything just picked up. And you remember when, and not to get off track, but when all the world leaders, or was that 2016, when they all went down to Antarctica? I think it was 2016 they all went down to Antarctica, right? So it's like they knew we're into changing times, and boy, we have been. So if they are going to collide, they say it's going to be over the South Pacific, I believe. Let me just double check again. So we have a dead Soviet satellite and discarded Chinese rocket bodies speeding towards each other in space. Could crash catastrophically Thursday night. Leo Labs, a company that uses radar to track satellite and debris in space, said on Tuesday it's monitoring a very high-risk conjunction. Wow. There's another high-risk conjunction we have to talk to you guys about, and we'll do a video on it because we got some info. December 17th through 21st is what I received. And then we took a peek at it, and there's a very interesting astrological conjunction then. And we'll tell you more about that in an upcoming video. So these two large pieces of space junk could miss each other by just 39 feet. So that's a close call. And so Leo Labs calculated a 10% chance that the objects will collide at 8:56 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. If they do, the explosion will send bits of debris rocketing in all directions. 10% chance may seem low, but NASA routinely moves the International Space Station when orbiting laboratory faces just a 0.001% or 1 in 100,000 chance of colliding with something out there. And since, these are both defunct, nobody can move them out of the way, and the odds will likely change. They say the collision will probably not be a danger to anybody on Earth, since the satellites are 616 miles above the ground and are set to cross paths above Antarctica's Weddell Sea. Okay. But the debris would definitely create major problems in space, and could cause, the possibility for other objects to come into contact with the debris.
Sounds like a mess is coming.
It's going to get to be more and more of a mess as they put more and more stuff up there all the time. And then just taking a look over here, Cameron Peak fire grows to largest in Colorado history. And of course, we've had the largest fires in California history by a mile. I mean, just no comparison this year. And we've had record years the last couple of years. So this is the area we're looking at, close to Fort Collins, a little bit to the west of Fort Collins, north of Denver. So record everything. We're looking at all the changes. Now, southern New England was hit by a rare derecho, which is an inline straight line wind event, which again used to be very rare, but in these times all these things are not going to necessarily be rare anymore. So the National Weather Service confirmed that, and that was an unusually powerful storm that happened last week on the 7th, and it was a derecho. It killed at least 2 people and left more than 200,000 without power.
I know, I've seen that word derecho at least like a dozen times this year.
Yeah. And then we've talked about the wildfires and Paraguay and Bolivia and Brazil. South America's now got a major drought going in certain areas, and major wildfires going on as well. So this extreme drought has drained the Paraguay River to its lowest level in 50 years. And of course, all these things are going to add up to challenges in the food supply, which we know are underway.
Yeah, they definitely are.
And also, it's going to cause more of an issue with drinking water in so many areas. And of course, the American Southwest, that's a major concern over here. And, many people on the reservations, in fact, most of them on the reservations, like Navajo land and Hopi land, most don't have running water.
No,
and
water.
Yeah, you got to haul it. And, think about how would that sound to most Americans, having to go haul your water?
Right, exactly.
Especially in drought conditions that we have. And unfortunately, we have a second mass die-off right now, and this is off the Kamchatka Peninsula there in Russia. And this was 2 weeks after the first one. So there's 2 mass die-offs right now. In some areas, 95% of the sea life is dead. That is horrible. And they think it has to do with, because there's reports of strange smells, which, what is this? Is this related to Fukushima? Is this related to underwater volcanic activity? Is it somebody polluting? I mean, just dumping into the ocean? Is it some sort of, chemical release that they don't want to tell us the truth?
Right, that's what I'm feeling, and we probably will never know the truth.
That's happened a lot in Russia, but it's happened in other places around the globe too. Very, very sad, these unexplained deaths of sea life. And so on Tuesday, fish, octopuses, crabs are all washing ashore, all dead, unfortunately. Too much of this going on. This is where we got to get in harmony with the planet, and this whole system that we're in has been one that just regards the planet as an asset, and unfortunately abuses it.
They absolutely do.
So they found a lost 2017 Airbus engine found under 12 feet of Greenland ice. And this happened when a plane had a spontaneous explosion. And you can see this is the actual engine right here. They lost a big chunk of it. Now, the plane was able to make an emergency landing, but this was back in 2017. But then they just found this missing piece under 12 feet of ice. So, the point is, too, that the Greenland ice sheet is growing.
Yeah, really fast, too.
Changing times. So, guys, thank you so much for your support on Ko-Fi and Patreon. Make sure you're subscribed and have the bell clicked. As always, stay safe out there. Stay prepared. God bless and namaste.
Namaste.